So this is Jerusalem, 1925. Who would have thunk it? Y'all ever seen this before? Ain't nothing but black people in that motherfucker. Boy, boy, boy. They heard this, didn't they?
You will hear from Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, what he said concerning this video. Stay to the end.
That's crazy work. It don't look like that now, do it? Jerusalem got colonized. The more you know.
So this is the actual original inhabitants or occupants of the land called Israel. They are very black. You see their faces, you see their native, you see the pattern of housing, you see the pattern of their clothing. They are black people. Today's day and age, you see Israelites have automatically turned white, and you know what's actually going on in the world right now is the fact that we have been brainwashed into a narrative that some specific group of persons want to put out there. How did they manage to eradicate the black people in the land called Jerusalem? Look at them, look at the people of Jerusalem. They are actually blacks. Look at their clothing. These are African traditional attire that they are wearing. Look at the buildings surrounding. Look at the buildings in the background. That's a car. That is look at the fishing the boats. That is a car there. That is a look at the buildings. Look at it. Look at the buildings. So actually, Africans are the original occupants of this place. How did they remove Africans from Jerusalem? How did they remove the native? Look at these people. They are black people. How did they remove them? So it is a conspiracy what's going on in this world right now. It is really, really, really deep. We have all been deceived. My brethren. A lot of Christians travel to Jerusalem for pilgrimage. They go and worship a God that they don't understand. They go to Jerusalem to worship a God that they don't know. Currently, the anti-Semitic law in Jerusalem states that anybody that demands for a DNA test to prove that the current occupants of Jerusalem are related to Abraham is actually criminal. Is this not satanic? Hear what the Prime Minister of Israel has to say.
Radical voices on the left spread lies about genocide. Radical voices on the right demand that Jews take DNA tests. Both are wrong, both are dangerous, and both must be confronted.
Abram's descendants are the ones who have the right to have this land, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abram's descendants are? It's really simple. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. Why don't we do that? Would you be against doing that?
I have no idea what that would prove. I mean,
Really?
maybe it would be.
What do you mean? It would prove who Abram's descendants are and who has a right to live here and who doesn't, according to the theology that you yourself just explained. And so I'm very confused as to why we don't do that if you believe the theology that you've just explained.
Let's hear what Dr. Abel Damina has to say from the scriptures about this Israel issue.
You know, the Israel of today is not Bible Israel. Bible Israel is no more in existence. The Israel you go to in Middle East is created by men. The one that God used in the Bible was destroyed, and all the Jews were scattered all over the world. So that Israel is no more in existence. The one you're going to for pilgrimage is men that formulated that one. Didn't you read history? If you read history by now, you should know what I'm talking about. Jews were scattered in 1947. Sorry, they came back. They were scattered many years. They only regrouped in 1947. Oh, go and read your history books. All Jews were scattered. That Jerusalem, Jesus himself prophesied that no stone shall be left unturned, that all of these buildings will be pulled down, your enemies will come and overtake you, and that Jerusalem, that Israel, that Nazareth was destroyed and scattered for years. That's why Jesus met the woman at the well. He said, you shall neither in Jerusalem nor in this temple worship. Let me close this out. You shall neither in Jerusalem nor in this building worship. The time cometh and now is when true worshippers will not worship in a building. They won't need to go to Israel for pilgrimage to pray in a praying wall or wailing wall. Is it wailing wall? See the name, self. Wailers Club International. When will your wailing end? When this is the day that the Lord has made, we will rejoice. You are still wailing. When we are rejoicing, this is the day of salvation. Behold, this is the acceptable time, and you're going to be wailing in a wailing wall in a Jerusalem that is not the Jerusalem of the Bible.
Under the Moorish Empire, the Jew, the Muslim, and the Christian lived in such harmony you could not tell them apart. It was one family of Asiatics before the Venetian oligarchs and the black nobility started the racial theater. These modern Zionists turned this republic into a graveyard of death.
We know from the records that the real Jew is the Asiatic Moor. The word Hebrew only means the one who has crossed the river, and the first tongue was the Canaanite, Moabite dialect.
Very clearly, it is not anti-Semitism to denounce the Zionist movement. We must separate the faith of our fathers from this political machine.
We have no problem with Muslims and Christians or Palestine or Iran. We are all one family of nations who once lived in such harmony you could not tell one from the other.
Many Jews know these old records. These scholars, the Moors appear in several of the early traditions.
The Zionist propaganda, it makes the world despise our people. But not all Jews go along with this madness.
We stand with the Moors because we remember the real Yehuda. We keep the Orthodox way born in the lands of Moab and Canaan.
These paintings, very old tradition.
These are the Moors, the original Asiatics of the Covenant who built after the deluge. They stood against the Zionists, Khazarians.
Are they Alte records? They show the real Yehuda. People forget the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition is the oldest surviving Christian nation on earth. These monuments go back to King Azaniah's time, long before the modern faith.
And yet how many Jews are living in a spell, afraid to speak out against the Zionist machine because they do not know that
It is not anti-Semitism to denounce the Zionist movement.
Look at this city. They call it New York, but we are standing in the Maghreb Al-Aqsa, the farthest west, the real Yisrael. And how many Yidden are living in a spell, afraid to speak against the Zionist machine?
Many communities of scholars lived across different regions. These images represent how some ancient communities remembered their teachers.
People forget. The Ethiopian Orthodox path is the oldest surviving nation of the faith. The patriarch there stands above Rome itself. In their archives, the faces stayed black. They kept the memory of the
Moars, not the Rabbonim. Moars.